Corinne, welcome. Thanks for being here.
I'm very excited to be here, so thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, hey, you are a vet who accidentally has built quite a big business.
That's true. I was never very interested in business. I naively thought I could just be a veterinarian and business could be left to my accountant.
Yeah.
But that's not really how life works. Turns out whatever occupation you're in, while your skill might be what you've studied, what you end up doing is running a business. So.
Yeah. So how did that, it kind of crept up on you, didn't it? This idea that you were going to end up running a business. So first of all, what is your business?
My company is Prodorsa International Limited, and it really came about because I developed a supplement for horses.
Right.
I didn't intend to build a business.
Yeah.
I just made a product that made a difference to the horses in my veterinary practice and the people who are attached to them.
Yeah. And interestingly, you have a nutritional background, which most vets don't automatically have.
Yeah, in North America, you can't go directly to vet school. You have to study first at a university level. Most people have a degree and some life experience before they get into vet school.
Yeah.
So we all come from a slightly different background from each other. I was studying towards a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with a major in animal science. And so I learned to balance rations in, dairy and beef herds and so on and so forth.
Okay, cool. So you brought your nutritional background and you made a supplement.
Yes. I probably need to explain a little bit about horses and their inconvenient relationship with food, or only horse people will understand this. But when horses, just like people, are under the added stress of hard training, competition, travel, or illness, their requirements for a whole bunch of nutrients increase.
Right.
But unlike people who often turn to food at times of stress, like chocolate, or
that's
for some
me.
of us,
That's
Chardonnay.
me. That's my nutritional supplement.
Yes, exactly. Horses have a really inconvenient tendency to go off feed and drink less than they should, just as their requirements actually increase.
Right.
Because horsemen competing and traveling regularly with them are aware that this is a problem, they would traditionally have had veterinarians come and provide the extra nutrients needed to support metabolism, performance, recovery, and health.
Right.
By some injectable form,
Right.
mostly.
Okay.
And all those treatments are effective enough. They're stressful for horses,
Yeah.
and they're expensive because you've got to pay me to go out and give them. We aren't cheap, sorry. And I just thought nutrition can be provided orally, so I developed an oral paste to fill the gap between good daily nutrition and the increased requirements horses have at times of stress.
Okay, so you made a paste that they could just eat,
Yeah.
but how did you get around the fact that they don't want to eat?
Oh, well, it's a gel in a big oral dosing syringe, so you just put the syringe in the mouth and squirt it down their throat.
Okay.
But it's tasty. It's in a molasses base. Horses like it, so
Okay.
it's not too bad. And one of its effects is to get them back eating normally and drinking normally.
Right.
So they can take in the balance of the calories and protein and fiber they need themselves.
Yeah, so they can perform, basically,
Yes.
Actually, I could do with some of that. Have you got one for humans?
Well, as a matter of fact, no, I don't. But it's all made from human pharmaceutical and food-grade ingredients. And horsemen, this will repulse you, I'm sure, but horsemen report that they quite like to, they take the cap off with their teeth and they suck the bit that's left in the cap out. And some people, they'll give it to their horse and then they'll lick the bit off the syringe that came out. Anyway, it is pretty tasty and it's safe for people.
Okay, so what does it taste like?
Kind of like really strong salty Marmite or Vegemite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you grow up in New Zealand or Australia and you've been indoctrinated to eat that stuff from a very young age, it's probably fine for you. I am not keen.
Yeah.
So if I was going to have it for me, I would want it, I don't know, I'd want the actives in capsules or something so I wouldn't have to taste it.
Yeah. But it's quite a breakthrough in how stress in horses, stress and nutrition has been balanced in horses. And now you sell it all over the world.
Yeah.
You seem surprised. It's
I know. Yeah, well, I didn't really make this product to launch a business, and I'm really not a business person, and I'm really not into marketing or sales. But it produces a visible difference in horses, and So it's kind of sold itself and just spread from my veterinary practices. I had a practice here in New Zealand, but I also had a practice in the Middle East that was quite international.
Right.
So it spread to 35 odd countries
Wow.
from there, and largely without my help. So I'm pretty proud of that.
So where is it manufactured?
In New Zealand, I actually have a purpose-built building.
So tell me, as someone who's not been interested in marketing and all the stuff that goes with that, how have you been able to conquer that?
Well, to start with, the product itself meets nutritional requirements for horses under stress, so it does have an impact on metabolism, performance, and recovery that people can see. So to a large extent, it's actually sold itself. But what I do on a daily basis is I travel around to the various export markets the product's sold in, and I try and educate horsemen and veterinarians about how to read labels and how to compare what they're giving in a product to the nutrient requirements they're trying to meet.
So if you were going to give someone some advice on launching a business and creating the kind of success that you've created, what would it be?
Well, I started with something I was really passionate about, preventative health care and nutrition.
Yeah.
I was motivated and guided by a strong sense of veterinary ethics and also a heartfelt desire to do something good for horses and the people they're attached to.
Yeah.
Then I worked really hard, possibly to the exclusion of a lot of other things. But somebody once said, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Yeah. So I guess that's worked for me.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is passion and hard work.
Pretty much, yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for joining us on the show, Corinne.
Thank you for having me.